What's up, family? If you're coming on, I want you to hit that like button, hit that share button. Please, if you would be so kind, do me a favor and tag Lolly Dolly, everybody. Let them know Prophet Ramon Preston and the Ramon Preston Show. We are live in his house today. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and we're going to be glad in it. I'm super excited about what we are discussing today, because I know we have a lot of you out there who are just really ready to succeed as entrepreneurs. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about 5 business success tips for those of you that are entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur, this is going to be a very valuable discussion that we're going to have. Now, I use the word discussion not because it's a monologue with me talking. I want it to be a discussion because as you listen to what I'm sharing, I want you to give me some feedback. So let's begin by you dropping in the comments what city you're watching from, all right? If it's a country, I want you to drop the name of the country in the comments. Wherever you're watching from, please let me know, let your family know, let your tribe know, let the world know that comes on to these platforms where you're watching from. Thank all of you for continuing to support this show every Monday through Friday. If you don't know, let me let you know. My name is Prophet Ramon Preston, and I am the host of the Ramon Preston Show. And we come to you every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, bringing you information, bringing you education, bringing you a twist of entertainment, if you will, and just heightening your awareness on things that are centered around biblical economics. I'm talking about things like financial literacy, starting, structuring, and scaling your business, your income streams, your wealth building dreams, all of those things that really help you create a legacy of wealth are the things that we talk about, we discuss on a day-to-day basis. And so today we're going to be talking about 5 business success tips for entrepreneurs. Now, if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're not in entrepreneurship just yet, it doesn't mean you're not going to be an entrepreneur. It doesn't mean you're not going to own a business. You might own a business at some point in your life and not necessarily run it as an entrepreneur. You may be in a position to hire someone, but wherever you at in the broad spectrum of economics, whether you are a stay-at-home parent, whether you're a college student, whether you're just a young teenager watching this trying to figure out how you can do a business or create a side hustle or just make some money on the side while you're out of school or whatever the situation is. You might be an organizational enterprise executive. You might be running a multi-million-dollar company. It doesn't mean you can't learn something from somebody like me. And so we're going to talk about these 5 business success tips for entrepreneurs. So please do me a favor. We're just a few minutes into the show. Please hit the like button, hit the share button. Excuse me. And I want you to tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know that we are live and we're about to go into each of these 5 business success tips for entrepreneurs. Let me know what city you're watching from. We get so many responses. We have Stuart, Florida, that's watching. We have Chicago. We have a lot of New Yorks and a lot of Californians. There's a lot of people from New York and California that be reaching out to us. I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much. But put the city that you're watching from in the comments. What you say? Go ahead and put the city you're watching from in the comments. And we're going to start this discussion on the 5 business success tips for entrepreneurs. So, of course, if you Google business success tips, I'm sure you're going to have like hundreds of thousands of tips that come up. So everybody got their own opinion about what are considered to be tips to help you succeed in business. But these are just my top 5 that I have found. Excuse me, man. I don't know if it's the pollen or what outside. Lord have mercy. Whatever it is, it need to tighten up over here. I got work to do on this show today. So these are my 5. And you can come up with your own, or you can craft these 5 to work however you want them to work for you. But these 5 business success tips for entrepreneurs have proven to be very important and impactful to me as an entrepreneur running a business, and to other people that we talk to on a regular basis who are running businesses and even ministries. So again, you could be a stay-at-home parent, you could be a student, you could be unemployed, you could be on a fixed income, you could be a W-2 employee, you could be an independent contractor, 1099 worker, you could be a legitimate business or ministry executive. These business success tips will and should work for you. So here are the five business success tips for entrepreneurs. Now I'm doing something a little different today, because with each of these 5, I'm going to be giving you some metrics, some stats, some surveys. I'm going to give you some numbers based on studies that are relating to each of these 5. So you need to take good notes. I'm telling you, if you miss any of these 5, go back, rewatch them. And even if you get them all, I want you to just keep listening to them and, like, let that message get into your spirit so that it becomes a part of your MO as an entrepreneur. 5 business success tips for entrepreneurs. Number 1, the first business success tip is to treat everyone like family. This is a real business success tip. Treat everyone like family. Treat everyone like family. If you remember yesterday, I made a statement to you, said, he don't know no strangers. That's a way of saying that you treat everybody like family. If you ever heard somebody say, yeah, so-and-so don't know no strangers, meaning that this type of person is a person who welcomes everybody they meet. They don't show partiality. They not funny acting, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of you funny acting individuals who it affects your business, because it's hard for you to separate your personality. Hear what I'm saying? It's hard for you to separate your personality from your business personality, meaning that a lot of who you are is going to be reflected in how you do business. So your business can be standoffish. Your business can be funny acting. Your business can show a disposition that it really doesn't want to be bothered. You know why? Because you as a business owner have that same mindset. You're distant. Your disposition shows that you don't want to be bothered. You funny acting. You sometiming. You speak when you want to speak. I'm going to give you one example that I hate when I see it on social media. Business owners who have private pages on social media. If you one of them, it's just goofy. Why are you going to have a private page on social media and you're trying to sell products and services? You're basically telling your potential clients, I'll do business with who I want to do business with, as if you are Elon Musk, as if you are Jeff Bezos, as if you are Berkshire Hathaway, as if you are one of the top hedge funds that have hundreds of billions of dollars of assets and liquid cash at their disposal. Even if you were them, they are still open. They're still very serviceable. So the first business success tip for entrepreneurs is to treat everyone like family. You got to become more welcoming. You got to become more warm. Now, watch this. Because we're in a digital world, here's how some of this works. I mentioned about you having a private account, right? But also, when you have a business page or business pages on social media, and then you got personal pages, and you think you can separate business from personal and people are not going to put them together. So that means you're on your personal page always talking about your political views, you always voicing your opinion, you always rah-rahing about what you like, what you don't like, who you can't stand, and you just goofing off on your personal page as if it's not going to affect your professional business. Because if I'm a client or a customer and I want to purchase something from you, especially if it's an item or a product or a service that I take serious, I'm probably going to Google your name, and if I see your business name, I'm probably going to go to your personal page just to see what you do as a person, who you are as a person. And then you over there talking trash about people that might fit my criteria as a customer. You over there bashing other people. You over there just acting ridiculous, and you think, oh, I'm grown, I do what I want to do. Well, just keep a job then, because your business is not going to grow like that. Because when you assume the responsibility to be an entrepreneur running a business, it's similar to when you assume the responsibility to be a preacher or a minister or a leader in the fivefold ministry to pastor a church. Guess what? You have a responsibility to set the example, to set the standard, to set the bar high. Meaning that one of the first things you should be doing is what? Treating everyone like family. It doesn't mean you're going to serve everyone. It doesn't mean you're going to compromise. It doesn't mean you're going to cater to everybody. It don't mean everybody going to like you. But what it means is you are demonstrating, even if it's not for the people who reject you, you're demonstrating for the people who are watching you what the example should be for an entrepreneur. Listen to this statistic or study. 81% of consumers say they trust family and friends over businesses and professionals for advice. 81% of consumers. So that means at least 8 out of 10 people who buy products and services every day say that they trust family and friends, people they know, over businesses and professionals for advice. So 8 out of 10 people are basically saying, I'd rather talk to my friend, Prophet Ramon, or my spiritual father, or my pastor, or my apostle, or my brother. 8 out of 10 people would rather talk to me about something, even if I'm not in that business. They would rather get advice from me than go to a business or professional that provides that product and service. You know why? Because I am family. So a business has to put themselves in a position to cater to and to service 8 out of 10 people. Because 8 out of 10 people, I mean, if you got a financial situation that's going on, or a real estate situation, or it could be a car situation, you're going to talk to the people who you trust around you first, before you call a car lot, before you call a banker. You see what I mean? You're going to call somebody who you can trust, because you want family or friends or people that you trust to give you the best advice without being biased or without having an ulterior motive. And so the first business success tip for entrepreneurs is for you to treat everyone like family. That means you got to become kinder. You got to become wiser. You got to communicate more. You got to learn how to befriend people and just be very open and transparent and receptive to the different types of people that you come across. You know, sometimes, now I have my moments where I throw shade on social media. I have my moments where I goof off and say ridiculous stuff. But if you go down my timeline, this is the thing. If you go down my timeline, you're not gonna see every post of me talking about haters. Every post of me talking about how people treat you. Every post of, oh, I'm in this by myself. I don't need nobody. Because what I'm doing is I'm puking my pain. I'm puking my pain onto other people. Because when I read people's posts, and they supposed to be business owners and entrepreneurs and leaders, and that's the crap that it's always something about haters. It's always something about enemies. It's always something about people, you can't trust people. What the problem is with you is that you're not treating everyone like family because you don't see it as a business strategy. You're seeing it as a way of showing people that you're weak if you do that, when the truth is, when you don't do that, you're actually proving that you're hurt, that you've gotten offended, that you have been rejected, that you're mad because people don't support your business, family ain't buying your products and services, and now you're puking that pain. Because I can go through and scroll through your social media site and see it. So if I go to my social media page right now, let's go to my personal Facebook page. Now, somebody got a personal Facebook page and they got a business or a ministry and they think, oh, I could have my ministry. Like, I've seen it before where you got somebody who got a business or a ministry, and then they got their personal page. You go to their church page or they business page and they, oh, hey family, we love you so much. We're glad to have you as customers and clients, and we just appreciate all of what you do, and we're here to serve you. And then you go to their personal page and they click in, they acting stupid, they saying stuff that's ratchet, and you like, aren't you the owner of the business? Because you're not living by real business principles, and it's affecting your business. Because everybody's not stupid. Everybody's not going to reach out to you for your products and services and not Google you. Some people are going to Google you. Okay, some people are not going to take what you put on Facebook. They're going to see what you putting on Snapchat. They're not going to just take what you putting on Snapchat, but they're going to Google you to see, like, who is this person? So you got to take that into consideration. So I go down my page. I got information about my business. That was a flyer that was just put up. That's another flyer that was put up about my coaching mastermind. You see my marketing team putting information up with a video clip. And then you see a couple posts. Like I said, sometimes I put up shady posts, but these posts are not shady. I said no matter how good you see, there's still a different perspective you don't see. Stay humble, stay open, and ask God to expand your perspective. Then I almost got shady. I must have been thinking shady that day, because the next one I put up was, before it, I put the 2 words that have saved so many people: discard post. So you know how you type something in your comments and you say, you know what, I ain't gonna share that. I'm gonna just delete that. So I must have been thinking shady. What is my point? My point is, I'm doing my best to try to treat everyone like family, so that they'll know on a personal level and on a business level and on a ministry level that I am representing a brand. I'm representing an organization. I'm representing a company, because over 80% of consumers, that means 8 out of every 10 people, they say they trust their family and their friends over trusting businesses and professionals for advice. So you want your business, you want yourself as an entrepreneur to be one of the people that 8 out of 10 people trust, so that they know even if you don't do the type of business they have questions on, they can trust that you're going to give them real advice and real wisdom. Success tip number 2, focus on your core competencies and core customers. If you're taking notes, I want you to write that down. Focus on your core competencies and core customers. Focus on your core competencies and core customers. Now let me explain to you this so that you can catch this. What do you mean by core competencies? Focus on the things that you do best. Focus on the things that you do best. Like, this is not the season to be focusing on like the 27 things that you do. So if I sit down with you and I consult you, or if I'm coaching you and we have a coaching session and you tell me, okay, I got this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing, you got like 18 things that you're doing. My goal in that consultation or in that coaching session, and my job really, is to help bring those 18 things maybe to 3 things. We want to take those 18 ideas, those 18 products, those 18 services, and we want to figure out how can we condense them to 3 big tickets, or to maybe 3 big ones, 3 mediums, and 3 smalls. So that means we've cut the 18 in half to 9, and we are now able to concentrate our focus and contextualize our products and service in a way that it makes sense to us. Because if you're an entrepreneur and you're not focusing on your core competencies, we're talking about the things that you do best. And if your products and services that you are introducing to the market that you're trying to sell, if they're not reflecting your core competencies, you're leaving a whole lot of money on the table. And it's probably one of the reasons why people are not purchasing it or paying attention to it or reaching out to you for it. So you have to focus on your core competencies. Core. The core is like what's in the middle, what's the meat, like what's the marrow of your core competencies. Like for me, I have a lot of things going on, right? Okay, I can preach, I can teach. I'm a Bible scholar, I'm a theologian, I can preach sermons, I can do motivational speaking. I have a university, I have a school of prophets. I can teach on financial literacy. My wife is a real estate professional. We've been in real estate together since we've been married for over 18 years now. What other things can I have books that I sell. I have a online store with like apparel and other items that represent my family of brands. I'm just sharing these things to show you that there are a lot of angles that I have. But if I had to explain what are my core competencies, I would have to narrow it down to say what I do best is I help people start, structure, and scale their businesses, their ministries, their income streams, and their wealth building dreams. That would be like my one slogan statement that I would say, this is my core competency. Because I know if I don't do nothing else, if I don't sell a t-shirt, if I don't sell a hat, my wife and I don't sell a property, if we don't manage a property, if we don't get a deal, if we don't have a student in our school of prophets, if I don't get a chance to do a motivational session or a workshop or a seminar, I know if I can't do nothing else, I can sit down with anybody and help them start a ministry, start a business that is legitimately for real. I can help them structure it the right way with systems and processes. I can help them scale it. I know I can do that. So that means I know what my core competencies are. You got to figure out what those core competencies are. And you got to make sure that whatever it is that you serving, whether it's a product or service, or whether it's a ministry or a nonprofit, that is actually a reflection of your core competencies. Now, if it's a ministry or a church or a nonprofit, a better word for core competencies or a better phrase would probably be your calling or your assignment. So if you're in ministry or if you're talking about starting a church or a nonprofit, it's core competencies, but more specifically or spiritually, it's calling. What is your calling? What is your assignment? What has God anointed you to do? I ain't talking about things that you just gifted in doing or things that you have talents in or you just have certain skills or education in. We're talking about core competencies. So you have to focus on your core competencies and your core customers. Because if I know what my core competencies are, it helps me to identify with my core customers. See, that's why I'm not surprised that almost everybody that I service on a daily basis is either an entrepreneur, a minister, or has a desire to be one of the two, if not both. Because that's my core customer. That's my core client. I understand what my perfect client's profile is because I got that from knowing what my core competencies are. Here's another statistic. 80% of marketers fail to reach their target audience. Think about that. 80% of people that market on social media, that market their business, that market their ministry, that market their brand, 8 out of 10 people fail to reach their target audience. Isn't that crazy? So that means all these sponsored ads you be seeing on social media, every time you click on a YouTube video and you got to wait till you skip ad, what this study and statistic is saying is that 8 out of 10 of those people are not even reaching their target audience. And most of the reasons is because they're probably either hiring a marketing company or a digital marketing agency to do it for them and they're not really connected to it. They're just trying to make money or sell some type of product or service or, like expose some type of brand. That's one reason. The other reason is they might not even know what their core competencies are. So they just doing whatever they doing. It's like you hear people say they just throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping some of it stick. You can't do that. And the way you prevent from doing that is focusing on your core competencies and build your business around those core competencies and customers. All right. The third business success tip. You ready for this? Yeah. You got to create a presence. You got to create a presence. You have to create a presence. There's a word that's actually biblical. It's like, I'm not even going to say biblical, it's more theological. It's a word that we use in the Christian community, but I hear a lot of marketers use it as well, and that word is omnipresence. So that's a word that we use as Christians. We believe God is omnipresent, right? That he's everywhere. He's omniscient. He's all-knowing. He's omnipotent. He's all-powerful, but he's also omnipresent. He's at all places at all times. Well, people in the marketing world use that word to suggest that if you're going to have a business, if you're going to have a brand, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to be anything that requires you to make sales and make exchanges and generate revenue, you have to be omnipresent, or you have to create a presence in the market. That means people got to pretty much see you everywhere they go. All right? Like if you watch me enough, well, maybe you didn't watch me enough but got exposed to me. But I guarantee you that if you a person that didn't know me, somewhere you probably ran across me, or not knowing I ran across you, right? We crossed paths on social media. But why did we cross paths? If you don't know me, we cross paths because if you Google certain words, if you went to YouTube and typed in certain words in the search, if you were scrolling looking for certain content, guess who came up? Your boy. It's your boy, huh? It's your boy. Your boy showed up, dog. Come on, sis. Your boy showed up. And I'm saying that to you because I want you to understand how powerful creating a presence is. I didn't always know that. I had to really learn that. And I think I learned it the hard way. But guess what? I'm just thankful that I learned it to know enough to know that I got to stay present. I got to create a presence. And I got to make people feel me on a day-to-day basis. Now, it don't mean I don't get hate, especially some of the ads that I be running. Like, we run ads all the time. You'll probably see a lot of sponsored ads show up on Google, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. And if you read some of the comments, man, they be in there throwing shade. They be going in on me, especially anything that if I run ads on like my prophetic book, or my school of prophets, or anything like churchy and ministry, people really be giving me the business. I mean, they be going in on me. Oh, you snake oil salesman, your false prophet, ain't no such things as prophets. I don't really care, because guess what? It's not the best attention, but guess what? It's attention. You know how much energy a hater has to put out to not only see my ad, but to click on it, probably listen to it, or just skim through it, read enough to understand what it is, and then they got to type something in the comments, helping the algorithms go up so that more of my target audience can see it. Thank you, bruh. Thank you, sis, whoever you are, wherever the haters are. But guess what? A lot of you found me because I was working towards creating a presence, and I work towards that every day. Me having this show Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. Guess what that is? Creating a presence. That's creating a presence. Listen to this. Here's another statistic. Over 50% of new discoveries of brands and businesses happen on social media. Shh. You just missed that. If y'all got a question, I want you to call in 678-922-1963 extension 1. It's in the comments. You can dial that number right now and it's going to come directly to my phone, and I'm going to answer it while we're live. If you have a question, did you just hear that? Did you just hear that statistic that I gave you? Let me give it to you again. I mean, good God Almighty, over 50% of new discoveries of brands and businesses happen on social media. So that means if you are not creating a presence with your brand, with your business, as an entrepreneur, as a whatever that wants to get in the marketplace, if you're not regularly creating a presence, guess what you're doing? You're eliminating half of your opportunities, because over 50% of new discoveries of businesses and brands happen on social media. So if you're not using social media platforms on a regular basis, you're cutting your chances of ever being discovered in half. 50% of the brands and businesses that are discovered online. 50%. So that means if you ain't doing nothing online, you still like got a brick and mortar. That's why I challenge people who want to go into brick and mortars. I think that's a big mistake for some people, to go and move a business and they think in their minds that, oh, if I go get a plaza, if I go get a suite, maybe you will. But you should take into consideration that you have way more traffic that's going to happen online than you are that's going to happen in person. Unless you like Lenox Mall, unless you like Fitz Plaza across the street from us. If you ain't like popping like that, people ain't really coming to you like that. Especially if you some small boutique. It's not that people won't come, but we're not talking about locals. We're not talking about the 75 people who know you, because a lot of them are going to make purchases. They're going to buy your products. They're going to buy your services. They're going to use you initially, but I call those sympathy purchases. It's just them saying, oh, bless your heart. We support you. We love you. But after they buy that first one or two, they ain't buying no more. After they use you one time because you gave them a good deal just to get them in the door, they ain't using you no more. You know why? Because these are just the people you know locally. So your presence can be much, much, much bigger and broader when you have a presence online, but you got to create it, and you have to know the numbers behind it. You know, I've consulted a lot of people who had this idea of starting a brick and mortar, like opening up a business in a building, and I've had to like really discourage them from doing it. But I gave them the facts behind it, that you finna go get into all this debt and put yourself under all this pressure and have all this overhead, and you can't sell that same product and service online. You need to first try to figure out if you can sell it online. If you can't sell it online, what makes you think, oh, automatically? Now, some businesses they're just going to be required to be in person. But do you not know where we are in history? We're shifting into a digital revolution. The digitization of this world is happening right before our eyes. You have to create a presence, because 50%, over 50% of new discoveries of brands and businesses happen on social media. Business success tip number 4. You got to make changes and exchanges. Man, I'm dropping gold today, y'all. Did you catch that? You got to make changes and exchanges. You got to make changes and exchanges. This is business success tip number 4. You have to make changes and exchanges. Let's talk about making changes. First of all, you have to change. If you're still thinking like an entrepreneur like you did 3 years ago, you haven't changed. If you still think your church is going to operate the same way it did 3 years ago, you haven't changed. Let me just say this. Forget 3 years ago. If you still thinking as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, even as an employee, if you're just an employee right now, you don't own a business, you can't approach the market, the labor force today like you did February of 2020. You're in a different world. So your success tip for either your business or the business of you has to be, number 4, make changes. What do you got to change, Ramon? I got to change the information I bring in. I got to change from being a consumer to being a producer. That means I can't just be on social media all day, every day, consuming everybody else's information, and I'm not producing none. I got to make changes with my finances. I can't just throw all my money away just to ball out of control because I deserve it, because I just feel like I work hard. Yeah, but to stay broke, just to celebrate one weekend, or just to have fun for 1 week, I would rather delay gratification just to put myself in a position where I can do what I want to do. I heard one man say it this way: if you pay now, you play later. If you pay now, you could play later. So I want to pay the price by changing everything so that I'll be able to pay any price once everything changes. So price will never be an issue for me. So you have to make changes. That's personal. That's how you run business, how you think about life, how you deal with people, how you move on a day-to-day basis. And then you also have to start making exchanges. What do you mean by making exchanges? You got to start giving the stuff that you have that's most valuable away. You got to start giving that stuff away. I hate when people always trying to hide information. They're always trying to, like, how many people do we talk to on a daily basis, or maybe just regular? So I won't be capping. Let's just say how many people we talk to on a regular basis that we just give them all the game. I'll give them all the game. And a lot of them ain't customers. They don't buy nothing. Thank you, appreciate it. They'll just call randomly. I'll take 20, 30 minutes sharing stuff with them. I've done it so many times, I do it in my sleep. But here's the thing. Even though some people don't purchase any of our products or our packages or use us as consultants or a coach or educational platform, we have enough people who do connect with us that the people who don't, it didn't take anything away from me. I look at it like this: everybody that I've helped, that I've given information to, that I've shared wisdom with, that I've basically done stuff for them for free, all of them have to live knowing Ramon helped me, Prophet helped me, whoever they call me, however they see me, that brother did it and he didn't even know me. I have so many people that I talk to on the phone that's from everywhere. They'd be like, man, for you to not even know me, for you to just randomly call me back because I sent a number or email, or I filled out a contact form, or I followed you on social media, and for you to just give me that information and that wisdom like that for free and not even try to sell me on nothing. I've had people to say that and say, you know what? Just for that alone, I'm gonna purchase your blueprint. Just for that alone, I want to be a part of your business, man, because you just, that's real stuff. And you wasn't even selling yourself. You were just sharing information. You know why? Because I make changes to make exchanges. So I have to change the way I do business so that I can be able to make exchanges, give away value, give away information, give away data, content that can help change other people. Because if it changes them, whether I make an exchange for a profit at that time or just for a purpose at that time, at some point it's going to come back to me. Because that's going to be somebody that when they are in a financial position that money is not an issue, if that at that point money is an issue, they're going to think about me. Because I've actually created a presence with that exchange. Think about that. If you see me doing something for somebody enough, what's going to happen? That person going to always think about me. So I actually use making an exchange as a way of creating a presence. Basically, I use tip 4 to create tip 3. You just missed it. All right, we'll keep going. Somebody gonna catch that Tuesday. Be like, oh, that's what he was saying. Oh my God. Business success tip number 5. This is the big one here, y'all. We finna slide into home because I gotta go. We're in the process of moving. I'm ready to just move on. We are moving into a bigger space. Oh, we're gonna have our own wing. I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. Here's business success tip number 5. Reinvest in your business and your brand. Reinvest, 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 reinvest. I'm going to tell you something. Like this should have been number one. But you say the best for last. Because if me and my wife, I heard my wife, she was consulting somebody the other day. It was some type of business consulting she was doing. I ain't have nothing to do with it. She was just going on and going in. And they own a business. And I was listening to her and she was saying something about you got to reinvest it. You're not reinvesting enough in it. And I'm like, man, if me and my wife haven't mastered anything else, and I'm talking about not just in our business, but even in our own life and in our family and even in our church and our ministry, my wife and I have to say it, and I say this humbly. We have like God gave us a revelation early on about reinvesting in yourself, reinvesting in your family, reinvesting in your business, reinvesting in your ministry. And so a lot of people, they look at, because we have people that say stuff all the time to us like, oh my God, y'all look like y'all got a great marriage. But what you don't know is we're always reinvesting in our marriage. Every day we reinvest in it. So I get a lot out of my marriage every day. Ask my wife. I pull a whole lot out. I mean, I get a lot. I make withdrawals every day. I mean, I can't live without my wife. I need my wife every day. Every day she helps me be the person I am. But my point is, I reinvest in it too. Because my wife needs to make some withdrawals as well. So we're both making withdrawals, but we're always making deposits. It's an investment. We are reinvesting in it. Well, guess what? My family is the same way. At least my immediate family, the people who are in close proximity to me that I have relationships with, I do my best to continue to reinvest in them. And I'm not just talking about money. We're not talking about money. We're talking about time. We're talking about love. We're talking about information. We're talking about decisions that help change the landscape of their life and legacy. This reinvesting. We reinvest in our church. We're always giving to our church. We're always pouring. We reinvest into our spiritual fathers and mothers in the faith. And as it relates to this conversation, we always reinvesting in our business. We're always reinvesting in our business. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are someone who wants to build a successful business, you have to reinvest in your business and in your brand. Let me give you a couple statistics to help you understand how important this is. Statistic number one. Statistics show that the strength of businesses and brands can account up for 20% of the total value of companies that trade on the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 trade platform, statistics have shown that the strength of the businesses and brands on the S&P 500 can account up for at least 20% of the value. So that means 20%, at least 20% of the companies that are on the S&P 500 are companies that are strong because of their branding. They're strong because of their branding. There are a lot of companies on the S&P 500. There are a lot of companies that are on the stock exchange. There are a lot of companies that have gone public, that are gone global. But there are some companies that don't have that kind of strength because they don't have that kind of brand. And so even just on the S&P trading platform, at least 20% of those companies have the strength that they have simply because of their branding. So even if their businesses are not really like killing it, their brands have created enough strength for them to play on a bigger field. That's how powerful you reinvesting in your business and your brand is. Listen to this. 9 out of 10 consumers say they value authenticity in the brands they support. So 9 out of every 10 people that consume products and services every day, they say that they value authenticity in the brands they support. So let me give an example. This is the Starbucks coffee, right? This is Starbucks. It's starting to water down because I got ice in it. So 9 out of 10 people who buy Starbucks basically say, I got to be one of the 9 out of 10. They say they value authenticity in the brands that they support. So it's just coffee. Yeah. But because it's Starbucks, they got my attention. I'm loyal to them. Yeah. Addicted to, but go every day. But they're authentic. Yeah. So I never have to worry about going to Starbucks and getting like a Sam's Club cup. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like that they just taped a little picture on it because it's shabby. They have authenticity in their brand. I know this is their stuff. You know what I mean? I know their protein boxes are theirs. I know their all of the stuff, even if it's being outsourced from other companies, they have created a brand that gives me the security to know that they're authentic. Yeah. They ain't shading me. And they might be, but they've done a good job branding themselves. And so you got to think about reinvesting in your business, but also reinvesting in your brand. Here's another study. Studies show that a consistent presentation of a business's brand raises revenue by over 33%. So that means if you are consistent in presenting your business's brand a certain way, it can actually raise your revenue by 33%. Wow. Just by being consistent. Man, I hope y'all hear me today. Just by being consistent. Not by throwing a post or two up this week and then we don't hear nothing from you for another month. Not by saying, oh, I'm in business, I just opened up my little store in my shop, I just got new products, and then we don't hear from you for 8 months. Right. That's inconsistency. That means you're not building a business and a brand, but you have to reinvest in it. What are some other ways you can reinvest in your business? Well, you can hire professional people to help you build your business. Put it in a very professional system so that it can actually scale. You can hire business consultants like me. You can hire business coaches like me. You can hire marketing consultants. I know some of those. You can hire administrative consultants. You can hire, basically, you can hire a consultant or a coach for anything that your business is doing if you wanted to. You can hire companies to help you put systems and structures together. Now, for me as a consultant and a coach, if you are hiring me to consult you or if you are being coached by me, I'm going to help you put the infrastructure together so that it can make sense to you, so that when you do hire these other companies or bring in these systems and these structures and these processes and even people, you understand what you're doing and you're able to run it and oversee it. That's where my strength is. But nevertheless, you have to reinvest in it. You have to reinvest in it. You can't go to no appointment and you ain't got no system. You writing down somebody's number on, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. That's not how we do business today. We have to do business the right way. We have to do business the right way. And so I'm going to be talking about a lot of these business principles on Saturday, May 15th. We have a business coaching mastermind that we're going to be hosting. It's going to be the first one for 2021. Now, this business coaching mastermind, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It is actually free for all of our coaching clients. So if you're a part of our coaching program, you can actually come to the business coaching mastermind for free. All right. If you're not a part of our coaching program, it will be $99 for a VIP ticket. And all you have to do is either click the link in the comments, or you could go to RamonPreston.com/mastermind. If you look behind me, I'm going there right now to RamonPreston.com // let me come on over here, /mastermind. If you can see it right there. All right. If you go to RamonPreston.com /mastermind, you'll see that on Saturday, May 15th, we have 16 days to the event. It's going to be right here in our Buckhead headquarters. And we're going to take 4 hours to deep dive into a lot of things that I believe prophetically, and a lot of things I believe professionally are going to be critical, pivotal for you as an entrepreneur, as a financer, if you have any goals, if you have any dreams, if you have any aspirations or desires or ambitions to scale your income streams, to start and structure your business, your holding company, your nonprofit organization, to bring it all together so that it can be streamlined and make sense. If you have issues with what types of systems do you need to use to like systematize your business, or to like make your business scalable and to make it efficient, we're going to have conversations about that. Now, when you come, if you're not a part of our coaching program, again, you have an early bird VIP special for $99. That will give you access to our full mastermind. You're going to receive a workbook when you show up, and we're also going to give you a free business assessment. That's golden, because with the business assessment, even if you're not a part of our Blueprint game plan or our coaching program, the business assessment itself is going to give me an opportunity to basically assess your business, to see where you are with your business or with your ideas or with your products and services. And I'll help you figure out what are the steps that you need to take to actually generate some revenue, or if you're just trying to figure out, like, how do I start my business? What is the right way to structure it? What systems do I need initially? Like, how can I get this thing out of my head and get it on paper and get it moving? I'm gonna give you that free assessment. So you could go to RamonPreston.com/mastermind, or go into the comments and click the link, and we would love to have you join us and other coaching members that will be there who are a part of our coaching program. Now, if you cannot make it in person, we're going to provide an opportunity for you to have access to our virtual platform, and you'll get a link. You'll get a link the day of to our virtual platform, and you'll be able to join me actually via virtual. So you'll still get access to the entire mastermind. Now, for those of you that would like to really start educating yourself, of course, we have our world-class Blueprint Game Plan program. This Blueprint Game Plan program is actually our 5-step wealth building system. It's my personal playbook. So it's what I've used, my wife and we've used to get where we are in our business and in our life. And so we've packaged it in a 5-step wealth building system that provides online education and training for financial literacy, entrepreneurship, business ownership, real estate investing, and family wealth building. So if you're interested in learning about those things, and you know that you just don't have the time to sit down in a physical class, this is an online virtual platform. So you can watch the videos and learn all these things from your phone, from any device, as long as you have Wi-Fi access anywhere in the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we have a very special 12-month payment plan that we're offering for our Blueprint Game Plan. And if you just like hands-on assistance, meaning that you would like to have me as a consultant and coach work with you as you start your business and structure it and scale it to make sure that you're doing everything the right way, you can join our 1-year business coaching program. And we have a 24-month payment plan for our business coaching program. We're making it real easy for you to get in. And if you join our business coaching program, guess what you get for free? Let me click on there and show you. You can see all this at RamonPrestonUniversity.com. If you join our 1-year business coaching program, number one, you get 24 months to pay it off. For a 1-year program, but you're getting 24 months to pay it off. Easy, all right? You also get all of our VIP tickets to our quarterly business coaching masterminds, which means you don't have to pay to come to a mastermind if you join our coaching program. And guess what you also get? You're going to get 1 year free access to our Blueprint Game Plan. So we're giving you that for free, so that in this 1-year business program, you have everything you need to be coached and to be successful and to educate yourself. So there's no way, no reason you should not make it and see whatever it is that you want to do successfully manifest. So if you need more information, feel free to text the word coaching or blueprint or everything to 404-478-7213. You can text that number, 404-478-7213, or you could go to RamonPreston.com. You can find all this information on our main web portal. So we love y'all. Tomorrow is Friday. We're going to have another amazing discussion. Between today and tomorrow, we're going to be relocating all of our stuff. We're going to be relocating all of our stuff, our equipment, and all of our, like, just everything in here. I got it packed in here, don't I? It's time to move. We done ran out of room. So we're going to be going somewhere where we all have our own offices. We're going to have what else we're going to have? We're going to have a studio space to tape. We're going to have a training room. It's going to be nice. We ain't going to show y'all no pictures or no videos until we get in there. I ain't going to be capping until I get in there. Just in case. I'm going to wait. So I love y'all. If you have any questions, any concerns, or if there's any information you need about our business coaching mastermind, our blueprint game plan, our coaching, our consulting, if you have any questions or just need information about anything, I want you to reach out to me right now today. 404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. I love y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12.